All right, welcome to another Modern League. This week I am playing four-color Rhinos. I was looking for like sideboard guides on Team of Rhinos, and I just couldn't find any. So it's like, Andrea and Gucci put up a four-color sideboard guide recently, so I'm just gonna play with that. So this is your standard Rhinos deck, except this runs 12 Cascade spells. Of course, all these Cascade spells are being run so you can play Crashing Footfalls. In this particular build, we have three Bone Crusher Giants as its adventure ability. You know, damage can't be prevented this turn, helps you get around the One Ring, and also it acts as 2 mana removal spell to be able to deal with low toughness creatures that you can just pop with it. You also have Fire Ice for creature removal, also, and then Ice to be able to tap down your opponent's like in their upkeep or during your upkeep or something to force them to use their mana early so that way you can just cascade without worrying about anything. You have pitch cards such as Force of Negation and Subtlety because you're already going like plus whatever. Like you're getting most of the time 8 toughness off of a 3 mana spell on the battlefield. And with cards like this, so like paying 3 mana to get eight power and toughness on the board, you can kind of just go negative off of some cards with Force of Negation and Subtlety. And then you also have Lorien Revealed, which is a nice emergency ripcord should you need it. And you can also pitch it to Force of Negation and Subtlety if you ever needed to. Leyline Binding is the big thing being added to this deck. Now, of course, you have the Xander's Lounge. You have the... Is that really it? Is that really the only Tricycle Land that I see? Huh. Didn't expect that. But yeah, it has black in it, so you're able to hit Domain more easily. But most often, you're going to just be fetching for your main 4. So this is going to be a 2 mana removal spell. And then in the sideboard, we have Murktide Regents because the deck is pretty cluttered with additional removal spells, additional negations / bounces, even more removal, and 12 Cascade spells. So Murktide Regent now slides into the sideboard. Drannith Magistrate is run for opposing Cascade decks. Mystical Dispute for the other blue decks because being able to counter their stuff for cheaper is pretty good. Dismember because you can sometimes pay for it with Xander's Lounge. Not often, but being able to remove 5 toughness creature is pretty good. Bone Crusher for additional ring matchups, Endurance for graveyard-related matchups, and then Beseiju Who Endures for those Blood Moon matchups. So we're just going to run with this and see how it goes. Of course, it's Rhinos, so knowing my luck, I will get none of the cards I need in order to win the game, but we'll see. All right, let's get started. So I'd love to win the die roll and continue. All right, so I have a Gemstone Caverns. And I have Leyline Binding up. I also have a Crashing Footfalls and an Ardent Plea. So Gemstone's not great here, but it is able to pitch to, or it is able to get a colorless land. I think I'm just going to try it and see what goes on here. I am going to fetch out a Temple Garden and immediately suspend this Crashing Footfalls, though. And the reason I'm going for Temple Garden is because I can fetch... Actually, I can't fetch a Xander's Lounge next turn to get... what's it called? Domain, so... unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but I can get kind of close. I can probably get... I can't really even hit the Leyline Binding off of it, so actually this might have been a bad keep. Sure, Flooded Strand, yep. Murktide? DRC. DRC Bobble? All right, so we're going to be able to play around their Force of Negations. Of course, we get a Lorien Revealed. So I can't really do anything with this. This is going to have to likely get a breeding pool from the list. Let me double check what lands are in my list. I might have steam vents, so that actually... I do have one steam vents. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna fetch a steam vents, and... Yeah, we're actually going to do that now. We're going to fetch the steam vents now. We're going to have it come in tapped. Oh, no, I can't have it come in tapped. I have to have this untapped. And then we're going to leyline binding this DRC. I think like binding the DRC is very good here. It like shuts down. Like they only have one card type in the graveyard right now. So like being able to Ardent Plea next turn in theory is pretty good. Of course, I might have to just hold this. All right, so preordained. So it depends on what mana they leave up. They might leave up a Spell Pierce. Let's see what happens. They are playing something. They are playing Ragavan. All right, so if they have Force of Negation, to me, they just have it. All right, so with Gemstone Caverns, we're just playing it. And then we're going to go... If they have a Spell Pierce here, they have it. Like, good for them. Doesn't seem like they do have it. They do have it. And they pitched a Preordain. Okay. Sure. I mean, I think in most Murktide lists, they play one Force of Negation, so it's like a factor of just like, if they have it, they have it. Like, good for them if they have it, honestly. Now, of course, this hand is kind of dead and doesn't do very much right now, which does suck a little bit. Sure, get your 4 mana. And you exiled what? Another Crashing Footfalls, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, they exiled a Bone Crusher. So they could, in theory, play this Bone Crusher. All right, they're going to just go DRC, potentially play Bone Crusher? They don't even play Bone Crusher. Cool. Another land. Kind of sucks. So we do have our Crashing Footfalls coming off of suspend next turn, or yeah. So I can actually just go like play have the Crashing Footfalls go into a Lorien Revealed if I want. All right, so 5 mana. They could potentially Murktide here. We'll fetch with this first. We'll grab the Xander's Lounge. All right, so this is coming off suspend. So they potentially have a counterspell here. I'm assuming they have a counterspell here of some kind. Yeah. Like they just had to. The crashing footfalls, that's not great. All right, so we're casting this. We're gonna leave this Temple Garden up in case. Oh no, oh no, I might be dead here actually. Another counterspell, Jim. Yep, I think I'm just dead here. Unfortunately, why can't I get? Well, when I play Murktide, why can't I get that draw against Rhinos? It doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's grab our Murktides. Take out our Ardent, please. Grab our Endurances. Right, Endurance, Mystical Dispute, Bone Crusher. All right. Unfortunately, they did have the shardless, or not the shard, the Force of Negation, which sucks a bit, but I mean, it is what it is. All right. And we're good with this. I'm still fine with fetching to get the to have like the removal for the DRC. It's just they had a bunch of like low level creatures in order to DRC plus Ragavan plus me going to what 14 early, not great. And I think that's the big problem with this deck is the mana base is very painful. So I can fetch up a breeding pool. Yeah. Two land. It's essentially two lands, but it's also like a slow two lands. Because like if I don't draw a third land by turn 3, or by turn like if I don't have 4 lands by turn 4, I can't play this Outburst. So I think I mulligan this. I think this is a bit better, especially with like the backup Violent Outburst. All right, we're gonna put back probably this Misty. We'll just send this in tapped. They don't have any haste creatures, so I feel like this is fine. Preordain. Spell Pierce. All right, let's get that Flooded Strand down and pass. So it's probably consider, end step consider. Okay, it's end step nothing. Shredder. All right, I don't have anything to deal with that. So they're tapped out. Now Shredder's great against the Cascade decks. Unholy Heat is pretty good to discard. So they definitely could have Force again. Let's grab the Xander's Lounge here. We are going to go Sorcery Speed Shardless Agent. All right. I am going to go... I can do this right. Forest. Yeah. Yeah. We'll go the Shardless Agent. Yep, you get your Ledger Shredder. And maybe Shardless actually wasn't correct, because then now I don't have something for Subtlety, or to Subtlety their Murktide. So maybe actually it was correct, the Sorcery Speed Violent Outburst. But I don't know for sure. All right, I'd like to pass, please. Thank you. All right, let's see. So nothing but blue mana is interesting. Explosives on 0. Yeah, I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. So I have nothing to remove this. Murktide's not bad. Boy, they just got everything, don't they? They have their turn 2 Shredder, turn 3 Explosives. Like, cool. Yeah, sure, buddy. You got it. All right, so I'm keeping up subtlety here. If they tap out, I'm going to go end step Violent Outburst. Sure, deal 3 damage to me. I don't care. Yeah, I just have to hold here. I can't into 3 mana. I can't do anything there. I think I'm just straight up casting this Bone Crusher Giant though. No, that's actually bad. Yeah, unfortunately, it has to be Charlotte's Agent Beats right now. No Mystical Dispute means I can't counter any spell they throw out. Another island, wow. Shredder. Oh man, maybe the subtlety should have gone. I don't know. So they have the counterspell up. I still have nothing that does anything here. Like, I still don't have a Mystical Dispute for anything. I have a Lorien revealed. That doesn't do much either. Fuck, I'm in a bad spot. Because making a 4/4 Murktide here doesn't make any sense, so I'm going to Island Cycle. Get a basic island. And now I'm just going to make a 5/5 Murktide. Right? Is that right? Yes. Yes, I make a 5/5 Murktide, and then if they counter the 5/5 Murktide, I just Violent Outburst. Yeah, of course. All right. That's fine. If this fails, like if they just had every counterspell they've ever had in their entire deck, sure. There's Blood Moon, which they can't cast. Fury, which they can't cast. They can evoke it, but all right, it resolves. Cool. All right, so they do 6 to me. If they draw a red source and have Bolt, I just lose. Yep, here's Preordain. Oh, good. Another Shredder? Are you really about to play another fucking Ledger Shredder? Or are you about to play a Murktide? Which I can't get around. Oh my god, why do they get everything, man? Like they're 20 cards deep, and you're telling me they have they had 2 Ledger Shredders and Engineered Explosives and a fucking Murktide in that? Like you gotta be fucking kidding me. What is this luck? Where's my luck when I play Murktide against Rhinos, where I don't get any of this shit? And that is 3. That's 5. You got it. Unfortunately, just bad fucking beats for that game. I don't know what the hell's going on with this game, but unfortunately, big loser. So, good showing for Rhinos. Really glad the deck is super powerful, and I definitely am not bad with it or anything. So that's it for this episode or in this league. Stay tuned for next league. Like, subscribe to the video, watch Bill's videos, watch the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, all that good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow.